2-color fly with the head and fins, just like the last one, only we're going to add a color. Take the thread back about 1/3 the way, a little bit less. Do this the same way. Take the first color, get the loop about the hook shank length, give it about 4 wraps, pull it over here. We're going to give it one little dab here. Well, first, that's a little thin, so I'm going to cut it off equal to about a little more than the hook shank length. Give that 2 wraps. If you grab enough of the material on the first one, you don't have to add anymore. Don't want them too thick. Then again, not too thin. Work the thread up just a little bit. Then we'll come in with the second color, whatever the pattern calls for. Same thing. About the length of the hook shank, a little bit less. Oh, maybe about 2/3 on this one. And I'm going to trim this one without pulling it too tight, just a little bit past where I trimmed the last one. And we'll take a couple wraps here. That helps keep it from spinning. A little bit there, a little bit on that side, a little bit up here, a little bit up there. Two wraps, cut the thread, pull half and half, push her back and squeeze. The reason I used low melt glue guns so that it comes through right there like it did. It don't burn you. It's 100 degrees less. Now, as you can see, I pulled back on that one. This one's just a little bit longer than what I want for this size 4 hook. As you can see, it's roughly about the length of that hook shank or so. This will shrink up a little bit as I melt her down. Okay, now, alright, this will be a 3-color, like a baby rainbow, baby brown trout. Just a little bit of super glue. Don't want it too thick. This will be one of my baby rainbows. Same thing, I'm going to take that, loop this over, get this right about there. A little bit less than the hook shank. Trim that there. We're going to add this back onto here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depends on what it takes. I'm putting good tension on there. That's why I used a thicker thread so it doesn't break, won't spin. Half and half. Give it a quick squeeze. Now, I'm going to take my 3rd color, which now becomes my 2nd color. This is for the rainbow. And I'll trim that off right here. Winding the thread back as I go so that it catches it good. Winding it back towards the point. Work the thread back up here. That's trimmed off nice and good. And John, make sure you translate this in. It's whatever colors that are called for. Color 1, color 2. the head right there. That'll make the gill plates and everything else. That one right there, and I'm going to add this right here because it wasn't too thick. If it's too thick, don't add it. Stroke out that excess. A little bit on each side. Then we're going to go up here with just a little bit, and a little bit up here. I'm squeezing the trigger. I know there's a little coming out and not a whole lot. Take it down. We'll go right there. Alright, on this bass hook, had you way out on those last ones, but it's just a continuation of the first one. This one here, I'm going to do the hook shank. I got the thread wound on, just a wee little coat of super glue. Too much will cause it to break. Plus it gets all over your fingers. Don't want that. 5. Tail get trimmed about 2 to 3 times the length of the hook shank. Get a little bit here in front. Hot melt glue on all these goes a little bit on that thread so that you don't need the whip finish. A little bit on the thread and a little bit on the material towards the back, towards the bend. Now if you wanted the third color, you'd go ahead and add it. This, I'll just show you the 2 color. It's basically the same on all the hook styles, just about, unless specified other. Trim that off just a little longer. When you go to trim it, let up just a little bit on the pressure. If it's pulled tight and you trim it, it'll be short. A little bit on both sides, a little bit here, a little bit up there. Got 2 wraps, making sure it's going through the hot melt glue. Half and half. Pressed in. And there you have it, about twice the length. And that'll cook down. Once I heat it up, it'll give me my fins on this here. In the single colors, well, that's a double color. Here's a single color. Same thing. That gives me that. But to get to these 2 right here, after I cook it up, I'll show you this, John, just for future. I'll put a little bit in there, a little bit in there, and go down like that. Two colors come out this way. Once it's heat treated, once it is heat treated, pull these out like that. A little dab on either side. Now some of these bigger ones here, I'll put in my hot melt glue, give a couple dabs on either side, press that in like that. And on the eyes, make sure there's plenty of glue on that. I'll show you that later.